It's too expensive to retire in Connecticut. I gotta get out of that state. They're gonna kill me tax-wise. Oh no, that but the cost of living. Folks, if you like the place you live, be it California, be it Connecticut, be it Maryland, be it Massachusetts, any of the blue states, if you're happy where you are, do not just flee because you think the tax man's going to get you. If you can live in these places and live comfortably, stay. I know the politics suck. Freaking Governor Gruesome, Half Whitmer, Ned Lamont. Remember Ned Lamont, the radical who challenged Joe Lieberman in Connecticut for Senate? Now he's governor. State of Maine with freaking Janet Shills. I don't even know who the stupid governor of Massachusetts is. Oh, but man, if you're enjoying your place, you can live there. I'm going to show you right now. New Jersey, freaking idiot Murphy. I mean, all these people are dumb as rocks. They're just, they're shills for the globalist cabal. That's just a fact. Anyway, so just got off the horn of these guys who are just absolutely crushing, love them to death. They're, he just broke $100,000 in income. This guy, and he's going to retire in 2 years. He's going to be like mid-60s, something like that. I can't remember. And he never broke $100,000. They got a mortgage. Oh my goodness. And yet they're going to retire. They're fine. They're fine. And they're not going to pay any tax. Any tax. You know why? Because the bulk of their income is Social Security. And when the bulk of your income is Social Security, there's no taxes to pay. But Josh, how can they survive? They just got their utility bill. It went up from $135 to $400. Their electricity bill because Ned Lamont and the idiots in the Northeast corridor, they for some reason they think we can get all of our electricity for free from the sun and the wind. It just shows up. Woo! Idiots across the board. Idiots. The same things happen in Boston. Did you hear about Boston? They're having municipality buildings. They're going to be fossil free. And they're going to go pretty much fossil free Boston here in 2030 because their idiots, like Mayor Michelle Wu. We don't want fossil fuels for social justice. So to be social justice, to help black people, we're going to have to pay more for electricity. That makes sense. Anyway, but be it as, you don't want to live in Boston. You don't want to live in New Haven. You don't want to live in Portland, Maine. You don't want to live in LA, I grant you. You don't want to live in Trent, New Jersey, but you don't have to leave these states. So these guys, they they got families around them. They got their friggin' son that lives around them. They got another son who lives away, but they're like, they can go hop on a plane real quick and easy. They like where they are. They like what they're doing. They just don't spend that much. They don't have any car loans. At some point, they're going to get a car loan. I mean, they're going to have to get a new car at some point, or new to them car, but they just don't spend that much, man. They're just pretty frugal people, like the way your parents used to be. Like the way we all used to be, frugal. You know what I'm saying? They're just happy. They've been married since 1982, just love each other, love their kids. They're just like, we don't need much. And yet they still have a mortgage. And the funny thing is, showing them, I said, man, when you hit 75, your mortgage will still be here, but it's being paid down, and we'll assume that your house grows in value by 2% a year or something like that. Your equity is building up. So now your house is only worth, I want to say $400,000, and they got a mortgage of $200,000. All right, so the house grows up in value, the mortgage goes down in value. It gets a bigger and bigger delta between them, which means what? Which means that at the end of the day, they can retire, and if they need to tap into their equity via reverse mortgage, they can use a reverse mortgage to pay off the mortgage that they currently have. You have to. But they can also use the reverse mortgage to generate some income, tax-free. And they don't have a big portfolio. We're talking well less than $500,000, dudes. And yet they can retire in Connecticut. Why? Because he showed me his yellow pad. There's all his expenses right there. And I'm saying, now he's got to work a couple more years, pay off whatever little debt he's got left. He's got some debt. He's going to pay it off. And then he's done. I said, well, once the debt's paid off, and once we go on Medicare, that Medicare ain't cheap. We still got to spend about $6,000 a month all in. That's with a mortgage and Medicare, because they just don't spend that much money. Get your ducks in a row on your expenditures, and you can retire. So let me show you. Here he is. There's Ned Lamont's tax. There's FICA. There's Feds. Here he is retiring. He's got 1 year of a little bit of tax. Look at that. Look at that. That 1 year of a little bit of taxes before his wife's on social. Look at that. Check this out. RMDs, again, they don't have a big portfolio, guys. Just FYI. Here's Social Security. So between Social Security and RMDs, that's about $85,000 of income. This isn't 10 years, I grant you. So that's the equivalent of $72,000 roughly today. How much of their Social Security is subject to taxation? $9,500. That means what's that? 65,000 of their Social Security is free from even being subject to taxation. So we got $10,000 of RMDs. We got $9,500 of taxable Social Security. We add those two together. That's $20,000 as their AGI. We get this is a personal exemption. This is right there is your standard deduction. They get zero. So they got standard deduction, personal exemption. It says QBI for right now. Once the Trump tax bill goes away, it'll come back to personal exemptions because there is no personal exemptions today. $46,000 of exemptions and deductions. We got $20,000 of AGI. That means their total tax is big fat nothing. Big fat nothing. Still living off $6,000 a month. I even have it living off more than that. I gave them a $5,000 travel budget as well. And they're still coming in strong. And we're basically all in cash. I just, man, it's freaking great. All right, love to hear your thoughts. This can be done, man. Come on. If you just get your expenses under control. But they're not, what about it? I'm like, well, we got healthcare. We're paying for, they live in Connecticut. Healthcare ain't cheap, Medicare. Well, they still got a mortgage. They just went to a $400 expense on their electricity bill. What about they don't have car loan. I mean, has car loan now. He's paying it off before he retires. So he can pay off his small debts before he retires. And now his only days got his mortgage. But what about ribeye? Well, they probably can eat some ribeye. They like to go to, what do they say, Mohegan Sun or something like that on occasion. I don't even know what that is, but they like going up there on occasion. They take a travel to see their other kid who lives away. It's crushing. They just don't need that much. A simple home. I think they said, 1,200 square foot or something like that. Everything they need. All right, love your thoughts. It can be done. You can retire on Social Security. We'll see you.